We need God now more than ever. From what I am seeing prophetically, says Barry, there are still a lot of things going on and off screen right now. We are in a game of 5D chess right now. For the past few weeks, I have been seeing some things going on that appear to be going off on the radar, and I will do my best here to articulate what I have been seeing. The Lord has taken me in the Spirit with Trump in meetings. These were not typical everyday meetings. These are meetings that resemble founding fathers forging the rebirthing of the nation. Wow. The meeting spaces have been carefully planned, and his trusted inner core carried the assignments and meetings with the utmost discretion to keep them off the radar with great outcomes as they have been putting all the pieces together for the greater things ahead. I was taken into one meeting where Jesus was standing over the shoulder of President Trump, with his hand on the president's shoulder and overseeing the work the Lord had assigned to him. Can I just pause there? If you're not spiritual, but you are religious, that will offend you. What God had his prophet reveal. It's going to seem offensive because maybe you still think of DGT as someone you should judge, when in reality we're not called to judge anybody. We are to judge righteously, as Jesus said in the book of John, but we are not supposed to judge in a carnal, fleshly, worldly manner. So let's hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully your eyes are open and you see God's truth, not your truth, not your opinion, His. He must be, and what He says and what He thinks must be your goal and your desire if you are a true Christian. Let's continue. There were 2 angels also posted at the door, and there were 12 governmental angels, wow, with red sashes standing on the room's perimeter, overseeing the meeting. Whoa. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This hand-picked, ordained gathering was being given assignments, and they were being vetted and sorted out with the greatest care and oversight. I was also aware that there was a house cleaning going on. There were bad actors that were not going to be part of the bigger plan at hand. They could not be trusted, and they were so entrenched in the old, they would be a hindrance to the new. They had to be removed, and so it was. The main core here had been working on this for many years, and now we're getting very close to making this happen. The moment they had been waiting for. I also knew by the Spirit of God that these ones had been walking a very difficult road to put this together, and many from the team did not make it this far. Some being taken out covertly by the enemy, by awful ways and means. Others were under threat, but were moving forward ever so carefully, so as to not put themselves or others at risk. There were also those attacked by physical afflictions and illness, others put into financial distress, and some were hit with it all. The enemy did what he could to stop their roles in God's bigger plan. This meeting I was in had a set of ornate gold binders that were labeled Strategic Plans for the Republic. It had a train embossed on the front cover with the number 45. There was no doubt that these God-loving and God-fearing men and women that were gathered here were working on the rebirth of the Republic of the United States of America. I saw that there was a collapse coming, and they were ready to go when it came time to do so. The corporation of the United States of America was bankrupt, along with the Federal Reserve, and it was hanging on by a thread. The Lord had released angels of justice, and they were doing the bidding for the task at hand. The stripping out and consequences were clearly coming to bad actors, criminals, and treasonous officials on every level in every agency. I was then taken into the DOJ and the Federal BI, and they were packing their bags. So I'm going to pause here, saints. When you hear this type of stuff and you hear that these bad actors and these evil people and these wicked people, those who